superhero because gotta be done.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most unexpected moment in superhero.
Yeah.
And as you, of course, won, you're going first. So, what you got for us?
I'm going first, and there's a lot of moments in superhero that I loved. There's a lot of comedic moments. There's a lot of standout moments.
I mean,
But
because I'll be honest, like, there were a lot of surprising moments, to be honest.
yeah, there was a lot of
I thought
surprising moments.
everything had been spoiled with, like, everyone was like, oh, Gohan's got a new form. It's like, oh, okay, right. Yeah, well, we knew that. Yeah. It's like, that was obvious.
Yeah, and my moment that I'm picking was even kind of sort of teased in the trailer as well. So people were already speculating what it was, and I'm still picking it because it's shocking and it's ruined the character forever. But my pick is Bulma wasting wishes on unexpected things. That is my choice for this week's Hall of Fame. And yeah, controversial one because everyone loves Bulma, of course. But she wished for the buns of a college girl, and also she wanted to extend her eyelashes, but instead switched it to reducing wrinkles instead. Which, you know, I mean, Shenron's just been able to give 3 wishes, and, you know, now it's like she's wasting them on such petty things, as Piccolo puts it. But I understand, like, I get it. This whole segment of the film was supposed to be a comedic moment. Like, they don't have any use for the other 2 wishes at that time, so, you know, she just kind of wastes them. And I get it, and it was funny. You know, that's fine. But to me, it almost...
I know, it was almost like it was so fan servicey that
yeah,
it was like it was people couldn't believe it wasn't a joke.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to me personally, I love Bulma as the character. I always have since OG Dragon Ball. But this right here kind of, it doesn't ruin it completely, but it's like, you've done that to Bulma, alright. Because, you know, she's a genius. You know, she's the smartest character in Dragon Ball, arguably. And yeah, she can be direct and forceful and, you know, annoying at times. But, you know, she can even be a bit selfish here and there, but we haven't seen that for quite a long time now. Like, in OG Dragon Ball, she was a kid, or a teenager at least, and, you know, she was selfish. You know, she wanted to gather the Dragon Balls to wish for a boyfriend, which, at the time, that was her character. She was, you know, a bit selfish and looking for love, that type of thing. But she was still smart. And as she grew older, we seen her get smarter and smarter, and, you know, kind of, you know, leave that part of her behind in the past. You know, she wasn't focused on using the Dragon Balls for love anymore or anything like that. She was kind of... yeah. She was just, you know, like, she wanted to help, and she was a genius, and, you know, she was making gadgets and gizmos and all this other stuff to help out, and she didn't really use the wishes on herself at any point in Z, from what I remember. I don't think she uses the Dragon Balls at all in Z. But yeah, wasting just 2 wishes on something so insignificant is just like, come on. And then you also realize she's a repeat offender, you know. She's done this before to wish herself younger, maybe 5 years younger here and there, because she doesn't want to, you know, do 10 years because it's too obvious. So she's using wishes to become 5 years younger. It's like, really? All right. I mean,
I think this is a lot worse than 5 years younger, though.
It is.
I think 5 years is one thing, like, because essentially that's very similar to eternal youth.
Yeah, she's extending her life, which, okay, fine. Even if she isn't old at the minute and she has no health problems or anything, it's almost understandable, especially since Saiyans also grow at a slower rate. And it's like, okay, well, Vegeta's a husband, Trunks is a kid, all this stuff. She wants to stay a bit younger so she can kind of match them almost, and not grow older than them. It's kind of understandable in a way, even though she's doing it just for kind of her appearance. But, you know, using 2 wishes, one for, you know, a bigger behind, and then one to, you know, smooth out her skin a bit. It's like, she already hoards the Dragon Balls. You know, she collects them as soon as they're used, so no one else can use them, which is fine because, you know, she doesn't want them getting in the wrong hands. But she's abusing them at this point. Like, you know, if literally any other person on Earth managed to somehow collect the seven Dragon Balls, they would wish for, like, unlimited youth or, you know, power or money or something that would change their lives significantly forever. Bulma's using it for plastic surgery pretty much, or, you know, just because she doesn't want to work out a bit. And I say, all right.
Basically.
Yeah, and it's like, what if there was an emergency and these Dragon Balls were needed? Like, imagine if Bulma didn't have the seven Dragon Balls on hand to use. Like, Piccolo wouldn't have got his power up, all just because Bulma used these Dragon Balls as soon as they were available, just to become, you know, a bit sexier in her own eyes. Like, you know, it is. I think it is a fair point. You know, like, this isn't the Bulma that we've seen in Z, and not even the Bulma that we've seen in Super so far. Like, she wasn't this, like, self-absorbed at any point. Even in OG, when she was looking for a boyfriend, she wasn't this self-absorbed. She was still helping out and stuff, but she wouldn't. You know, I mean, yeah, she did want to waste a wish to get a boyfriend.
Superhero Bulma is incredibly fan servicey.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many moments in that film where she's incredibly fan servicey. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's unexpected to me because this isn't the same Bulma as we're used to in Z. It's not even the same Bulma that we've seen in Super the show as much. It's almost like, yeah, she was at her worst. I say worst, but her most selfish in OG Dragon Ball. And this is like that turned up to a 10. Like, you can't get much more selfish than what she's been here. Yeah.
Basically, then. Yeah.
Yeah, this is so self-absorbed. This is so made for comedic purposes only and petty, and it's like, come on. Bulma's supposed to be a genius. She doesn't... You don't need to make her one of those girls who cares that much about her looks and doesn't really care about anything else. Wasting literal... Like, she's wasting wishes. Something so powerful. She can wish for literally anything she wants, and she's wasting them on cosmetic things. Like, I don't know. You would, like, come on, you would never see any male character in Dragon Ball do this. You wouldn't. I mean, I guess Frieza wants to be a bit taller, but you wouldn't see someone like Gohan or anyone be like, I wish I had slightly bigger muscles, or, you know, I wish I had a better hairstyle, that type of thing. You know, it's not going to happen. No one's going to be that petty to waste a wish on something so trivial. But Bulma is, and I don't like that, and it's unexpected because it's such a character shift for her.
Yeah, which is just not in her character, which I don't get why they've written her that way.
Yeah, like,
just not her character.
I feel
but
like
but the thing is, she's a better character than that, and she always has been.
Yeah, she has.
They made her a good character, so to detract away from her character doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to, because people are almost justifying it, being like, well, she's always been a bit naggy and stuff, and this is just kind of an extension of that. But no, this is like beyond. And that's why it's unexpected to me, because you can have a nagging character, a bit annoying character, a shouty character, without them being self-absorbed like she has been seen in this film. It's like, all right. So yeah, it was unexpected to me, even though it was teased in the trailer. But even then, people were like, there's no way she actually wished for that. Is that just the animators? Did they just go a bit wild with that one shot of her sticking her behind out? Like, you know, people weren't sure. It was like, is that just how she's been animated? Or did she make a wish? Nah, surely not. But she did. And it's like, come on.
It actually happened, yeah.
Yeah, so it is what it is, but that's my most unexpected moment for this week's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what is your pick?
Mine has to be, honestly, what is one of my favourite moments from the film. So it was a pleasant surprise for me. And it is Gohan using the special beam cannon to take out Max.
Yeah, fair choice. It's a good one. Yeah.
And the thing is, there was even just a tiniest bit of foreshadowing for it as well. Watching it back in the English dub, with Piccolo saying, "Use the Kamehameha or something to take out, charge up and use Kamehameha or something to take out Maxell." And it's like, because I'd already seen it, like in previous, I'll just say previously, and
Previously on Dragon Ball Super.
and I know that he's going to use the special beam cannon. Hearing him say that, it's just like, I know he's not going to use it.
Yeah.
And just when he did it, and it was just like, he did it. I was like, what? You never would have guessed.
Yeah.
There was no way you would have known that was coming, because it just comes out of absolutely nowhere. It's like, especially when everything that's built up to that prior is the Cell games. It's the end of the Cell games. You're fighting Cell. He's pinged the same way he did when he turned Super Saiyan 2. You're all expecting it to play out the same way. So for it to do that massive shift and to take on, and because it's a Piccolo and Gohan movie, it makes sense. So all the foreshadowing for it to happen that way, it's just right. So, and it feels good for him to do that. And after everything that's happened between Gohan and Piccolo over all the years, or these many, many years, for that teacher and student, for him to finally, in their moment together, in their film, for the culmination of the film, for the final shot, for him to use his master's move, it's just right to me. It felt better than him using the Kamehameha, and I think the majority of people would agree.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like you even said, like for me, that was one of the moments I was like, "Oh my god, he's actually done it!" I couldn't believe it when he first did it. Like, I
think
loved
it makes sense for this film that this isn't a son film, like a son family film. Like
this is a Son Piccolo film.
Like this is literally like, this is something that focuses around these two, which is like, teacher student, and so it makes sense for him to use that move. But it's like he's basically paying props, and it's basically him saying thank you to Piccolo by doing this. And it's nice how they address it at the end, and he basically says that whilst he's not been training, he actually says, I may have been practicing it in secret. And he actually says that in the end, because he says, where did that come from? And he's like, so he's basically just saying, I've not been doing anything. I've been doing some things. So it is nice that they do have that. And I just thought it was just this perfect moment. It was a perfect send-off, a perfect finish to the fight. And not only that, it looked sick.
It really did. It
looked so good.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
It was animated perfectly. Like, Gohan looked so good doing it. And he pulled it off.
I hope it kind of becomes a regular move of his now. Well, not like regular, but like, just another part of his move set that he can use from time to time. I like to see that. Even though it is Piccolo's move, I guess. But yeah.
And the thing is, he did charge up. You can't really say also that, because to use a special beam gun, you do have to charge it up. And the entire time that's the point of what he was doing is Piccolo. That's why he couldn't fight when Piccolo was getting battered and everything like that. Is he was saying, you have to charge up, you have to do a big attack. So it makes sense that he used the special beam cannon. Piccolo had just said charge up a big attack, but it actually makes sense for him to have used the special beam cannon. It's just this drill attack that he'd been charging up. So he had charged up the attack. So it's not like this, obviously, like last moment thing where you could say, well, how could he have used that attack? Because he didn't charge. Well, yeah, that's literally, he stood there and he charged up this attack. So it's everything about him using that move made sense in this movie. And I just thought it was very much a chef's kiss moment. And I just thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I just thought it was it was literally, I don't know how I didn't expect it. I don't like, but it's just like it literally came out of nowhere, and I just thought it was brilliant. Um, and yeah, for me, it was. There were some unexpected moments, like even I think my backup was the was another like was the Orange Piccolo transformation.
Yeah, also a really good moment. Yeah.
Because whilst I knew Piccolo was transforming, it was to not that degree. I knew
I
he.
wasn't expecting to basically kind of be like a Titan from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
But
I thought his transformation was what we saw in the trailer.
yeah,
When he
where
was
he's
really,
losing like the arm lines and stuff.
yeah, I thought we'd already seen Piccolo's transformation, and the only
Hmm.
transformation we were going to get to see was Gohan.
Line Piccolo.
Yeah, I thought right. We know Piccolo gets stronger, so right, that's fine. We know about him. He's stronger, great. Now we're all waiting for Gohan's. What's Gohan's going to be?
Yeah.
So when Piccolo did his, it's like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is the Piccolo transformation.
Unexpected, yeah.
Yeah, so I couldn't decide between those two, but like I
Yeah.
think it was very, very close.
I think they're both solid choices,
Yeah,
and if I was to pick either of them going up head to head, it would be
yeah,
close. But instead, I picked Bonnet.
yeah, yeah. But because to be honest, no one how, but because the Orange Piccolo transformation is as strong as it is, it's like God. It's Super Saiyan Blue power level. That's why it's so unexpected. It's not just that it's a big transformation and he's not our Piccolo anymore. He's a different type. Like it's how strong it's made him. He's a top contender now.
Yeah.
But it's more the fact of like that's why it's so unexpected for me. But it was just the fact that but I chose the Gohan moment because it's just been 30 years in the making, something like that. What's 20, 30 years in the making?
Yeah.
That teacher student. And I think that's it's like the final thank you to say to Piccolo, like, yes, here. And I think that's why, to me.
Yeah.
It just kind of it solidifies them two. It goes to show this is everything you taught me in one attack. And so that's why it was so good. And that's why it's my choice.
Yeah. Two solid choices there, I think, for this week's Hall of Fame. So it's going to be an interesting one. I've got a feeling you're going to take it, to be honest. You know, I've went with Bulma. But we'll see anyway. But you guys can vote in the polls. You can see our social medias just down below my name right there. Go check them out. Go vote in the polls. We have Bulma using the wishes for, you know, silly things, let's put it that way. Or Gohan using the special beam cannon. Those are the two choices for this week's Hall of Fame. Go vote, and we'll find out next week who enters the Hall of Fame. But for now, let's move on to the hot take.